Alright, go ahead, bud.
Hi class, ability.
You say you want to learn about probability today?
You learn how to read birthday.
Alright, thank you, buddy. Alright, so today you guys are going to be learning about probability. So you're going to learn about two different types of probability. So you're going to have independent events and dependent events. Alright, so we're just going to start with independent events first. Independent events are not affected by previous events. So in other words, you replace it. So you replace. So it's like you take a card out of a deck and you put it back in the deck. You take a marble out of a bag and you put it back in the bag. Right? Or it's a spinner. Or flipping a coin or things like that. So it's when you put things back in the bag, or spinners, coins, anything that has all the sides. Alright, so for example, we have a spinner consists of 8 equal regions as shown. If Abu spins the spinner 3 times, what is the probability that the arrow will land on a region letter with an F, then an E, and then a vowel? Alright, so what we're going to have to do here is first just find the probability of each individual event. So the probability of an F, and then we're going to find the probability of an E, and then we're going to find the probability of a vowel. And then once we find each probability, we just multiply them together. So we're going to times them together. So the probability of an F, if we look at the spinner, there is one F on the spinner. So it's 1 out of, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. So 1 out of 8. And that's told to us in the problem as well, where it says there's 8 equal sections. So we're going to have 1/8 times the probability of E. Well, there's 1 E out of 8 sections. So we have 1 out of 8 sections again. And then vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. So we have A and E, so that's 2 out of 8. Since there's 2 vowels. And then we just multiply. So then we have 1 times 2, 1 times 1 times 2 gives us 2. 8 times 8 times 8 gives us 512. But then we need to simplify. So in order to simplify, we need to divide both these things by a common factor. We can divide 2 by 2. And we can divide 512 by 2. So 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. And 512 divided by 2 gives us 256. So then our probability of spinning an F, then an E, and then a vowel is 1 out of 256. Okay? So that would be the probability of that occurring. Alright, so our last example is dependent events. Dependent events are 2 events that depend on each other. So one event influences the probability of the other. So it influences. So this is when you have not replaced. So it's when you take a marble out of the bag and then you don't put it back in. So like you'll have 8 marbles in the bag, but then when you don't put the marble that you just took out of the bag, you'll only have 7 the next time. Alright, so for example, we have there are 4 blue, 1 yellow, 3 green, 1 purple, and 1 gray marble in the bag. What is the probability of drawing a purple the first time and without replacing it, a blue marble on the second draw? So first thing we need to do is find the total number of marbles. So we have 4 blue plus 1 yellow plus 3 green plus 1 purple plus 1 gray. 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1 equals 10. So there are 10 marbles in the bag. Now we're going to have to find the probability of the first event, which is probability, I'm going to write P for purple, and then the probability of blue after the purple. Right? So probability of a purple on the first draw is, in the bag right now are 10 marbles. So, and there are how many purple? 1 purple, so it'd be 1 out of 10 is the probability of purple. And then we're going to multiply that by the probability of blue. Well, there are 4 blues in the bag, so I have 4. But when I took that 1 purple marble out of the bag, there was no longer 10. I need to take 1 marble away because I didn't replace it. So since I take out that 1 marble, now there's only 9 marbles in the bag. So I went from 10 to 9. If you were to draw it, you would have like 10 marbles, and I take the 1 out of the bag, there's a 1 less, so there's only 9. And it's always just going to be going down by 1, right? I'm never going to take away 2 this year. So then I multiply top times top. 1 times 4 is 4. 10 times 9 is 90. I'm left with 4 over 90. Now I need to simplify that. I can divide both these numbers by 2. So when I divide them both by 2, I get 4 divided by 2 is 2. 90 divided by 2 is 45. And so the probability of drawing a purple and then a blue without replacing it is 2 out of 45. Alright. So if you have any questions, please just ask. And then remember, this is nothing new from last year.